We begin in Israel, where after delays and false starts, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now confirming there is an agreement on a ceasefire deal with Hamas in Gaza. The first phase of the deal is set to last 6 weeks. Israel will halt attacks and pull troops out of populated areas. Hamas will release the first group of Israeli captives in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Let's go now to Daniele Hamamdjian, who is in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Danielle. Some last-minute hurdles to get to this point.
Good morning, Francis. That's right. Well, now it's a question of formalities before things get going on the ground. And the security cabinet vote is expected to take place today. In fact, ministers have already started to arrive in Jerusalem at the legislature. And so that is step number one now. The next step after that is the government vote, which, according to Israeli media, should take place tomorrow in person. That's how it would normally happen. But in the last few minutes, the Minister of Interior Affairs is now asking that this be done over the phone so that we can expedite things to get the ceasefire in place, implemented as quickly as possible so that there are no more delays, so it can happen on Sunday morning. So we'll be updating you on that to see if that, in fact, is going to happen. Once the government votes, Francis, there'll be a list of Palestinian prisoners made public. Those prisoners will be released in exchange for those hostages. The Israeli public has to be given a chance to submit an appeal or an objection at the Supreme Court. They need 48 hours to do so. Once that happens, then the ceasefire can start. But as you can imagine, the family members of the hostages want to forsake bureaucracy and procedures. They want this done as soon as possible, and not just for them, of course, but the civilians in Gaza. The bloodshed has not stopped since the ceasefire announced. Dozens and dozens of people have been killed, including children. But we are again waiting for the first step to go ahead, the vote by the security cabinet, then the government, and then the ceasefire can be implemented in a matter of 48 hours now. Francis?
With the hope of no wavering from either side. Danielle, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.